Wow, it is snowing again. We actually haven't had that much snow here this year, this winter, but we've been hit with it this week, right? So I think it looks beautiful, you know? There's nothing like new snow, freshly fallen snow, especially when you see it on the trees. Always makes for a nice scenic view. I've always thought it'd be nice to start doing more filming outdoors. And you know what? Let me take my camera, take my hat, and let's go outside and take some videos. This is gonna be fun. So, I've got some exciting news about this channel, this YouTube channel of ours. Nothing earth-shattering, but I think it's pretty cool. We've reached 200 subscribers. Now, in the whole pantheon of YouTube, that's not really a lot, but I think it's exciting compared to just seeing how this channel has grown over the past year. Now, the real fun is when you reach 1,000 subscribers, because then I think you can do some pretty neat stuff with your channel. So I think that would be a nice goal for us to reach 1,000 subscribers this year, and you can help with that. Number one, if you haven't already, just hit the subscribe button below. If you don't like getting notifications, you don't have to click the bell. If you do, you'll get notified when there's a new video. But certainly, hitting the subscribe button below would help. Second, if you could click the thumbs up button, that helps promote these videos. And also, please share these videos with people that you know. Let them know what goes on at our parish. Speaking of which, what is going on at our parish? Well, first, this is more of an archdiocesan thing, but on February 9, Archbishop Vigneron announced that the general dispensation from the obligation to attend Sunday Mass will expire on March 13. Now, what do we mean by general dispensation? Well, as you know, baptized Catholics are obliged to attend Mass on Sundays and holy days of obligation. We are called by God in the commandments to keep holy the Lord's Day. And while there are plenty of ways to observe Sundays as a holy day, the ordinary means by which we do that is to attend Mass. But because of COVID, the Archbishop dispensed everyone, which is why it's a general dispensation, in the Archdiocese of Detroit from that obligation to attend Mass on Sundays. A dispensation is a relaxation of the law, and so he relaxed the law that obliged Catholics to attend Mass. That general dispensation will expire on March 13. That means that once again, all Catholics will be obliged to attend Mass on Sundays and holy days. However, he will grant particular dispensations to those in need. So these are particular dispensations because they apply only to certain people. They're not general anymore, they are particular. So, those who continue to be excused from their Sunday obligation include those who are ill or whose health would be significantly compromised were they to contract a communicable illness. Communicable, that's not an easy word to say. Those who care for the sick, homebound or infirmed, or someone in a high-risk category. Pregnant women. Those who are 65 or older. Those who cannot attend Mass for other reasons, such as a lack of transportation. And those who have significant fear or anxiety of becoming ill by being at Mass. So if you fall into any of these categories, and these come from the Archdiocese, but if you fall into any of these categories, the Archbishop has dispensed you from Sunday Mass. Obviously, if you have an illness that is contagious and you risk transmitting that illness to someone else, whether it's COVID or the flu, you are also excused. So please keep that in mind, that this all begins after March 13. A couple of important things that you can do to observe Lent. First is Stations of the Cross every Friday during Lent at 7 p.m. with confessions at 6:30 p.m. The other of the most important things for us to do during Lent is to go to confession. I encourage you to have a plan to go to confession sometime during Lent. So our confession schedule here at St. Edward is as follows: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 7:30 a.m., Thursday at 6 p.m., Fridays during Lent at 6:30 p.m. before Stations of the Cross, and that's half an hour earlier on a First Friday. So First Friday confessions will be at 6 p.m. Saturdays at 7:30 a.m. after the 8 a.m. Mass, and also at 4 p.m., and then Sundays at 7:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Now, when you look at our confession schedule, obviously our schedule is not the norm. We definitely have confessions more often than most parishes. So why do we offer so many times for confession here at St. Edward? Well, first, it is where we truly encounter Christ. Christ himself ministers to us through the sacraments. My job as a priest is to lead you to encounter Christ, and I'm not doing that if I'm not helping you to receive the sacraments. And I'm not helping you to receive the sacraments if I am stingy in offering times to receive the sacraments. So it's important that we are generous in offering times to receive the sacraments. The second is grace. Those of you who remember your Baltimore Catechism, you know what the sacraments are: outward signs instituted by Christ to give grace. That's the purpose of the sacraments, to give us grace. Now, the question, of course, is, what is grace? Well, grace is a supernatural gift of God bestowed on us through the merits of Jesus Christ for our salvation. So it is the strength that comes freely from God, a share in his life, that helps us toward our salvation. So confession is not only about the forgiveness of sins, but also the strength that we need to go back out and try again after we've fallen, so that we can continue to strive and progress towards our salvation. And then third, it's an act of worship. When we come to confession, we bow before God and his majesty, pleading to him for his mercy, knowing that God is very generous with his mercy. Offering confessions daily was the practice of my home parish. This is where I saw how important frequent confession at a parish was, because I saw, number one, how much people appreciated it, and number two, how it strengthened people's faith. And so, suffice it to say, I believe in it. I believe in frequent confession. Everyone seems to want to find the next program or gimmick to bring people back to church. But if you think about it, there's nothing that anyone can come up with that is better, more powerful than the sacraments. Remember, it's Jesus who gave us the sacraments. So A, what can we come up with that's better than what Jesus gives us? And B, we need to start trusting in the sacraments and start turning to them frequently. As a seminarian, and even before that, I saw at my home parish how important confession was. And again, now that I'm a priest, I can make it available. And so that's a real blessing to be able to do that. Confession is not only a cleansing, but a strengthening so that I can go back out and try again to work on the things that I just confessed so that I can continue to grow in holiness. So, this Lent, think about your own devotion to the sacraments and how that can grow, and especially confession, so that you can receive the grace necessary to attain eternal life. One thing I will recommend is to log on to Formed and watch the series on confession. It's called Forgiven, and it gives a nice overview on confession, what it is, how to go to confession, etc. I think you might find that helpful. So let's continue to pray each other as we continue to progress through this holy season of Lent. May God bless you.